There's a moment late at night when your room is quiet, your eyes are tired, and your phone is still bright with all the things you've saved to fix yourself. Motivational posts, clips about discipline, podcasts on happiness. You've tried the whole checklist. Morning routines, gratitude lists, gym sessions, journaling, saying yes to more plans, touching grass, drinking water, getting sunlight. On paper, you're doing everything right. Inside, something still feels off, like a room that's been cleaned but never really lived in. You know the lines by heart. Choose happiness. Be positive. Protect your energy. Just be grateful. They sound nice. And sometimes they even help for a few hours. But you can't hold on to the feeling. It leaks out between your fingers. A bad message, a bad memory, a random wave of anxiety, and the glow is gone. You start to think there's something uniquely wrong with you. Some defect that keeps you from feeling the way you're supposed to feel. Yet there are moments that don't fit this story. Times when you feel strangely alive, not while you're relaxing, but when you're fully wrestling with something hard. Deep focus, honest conversations that hurt a little, training past your comfort, creating something that costs you effort and doubt. In those moments, you're not exactly happy, but you're not empty either. It's almost like your soul wakes up more in struggle than in comfort. Quietly, a suspicion forms. Maybe happiness isn't the point. Maybe the more you chase a permanent state of feeling good, the more it runs away from you. Every time you turn happiness into a task, a metric, another thing to optimize, it starts to feel fake, forced, and strangely hollow. Friedrich Nietzsche would not be surprised. He distrusted people obsessed with feeling good all the time. He believed that worshiping happiness, when happiness means comfort, safety, and constant positivity, creates lives that are weak, shallow, and easily broken. If your highest goal is to feel okay, you will eventually betray your own depth, your own potential, and your own truth. So this isn't another trick to finally be happy. It's a slow dismantling of the idea that happiness should be your god at all. We're going to look at why chasing happiness may be the worst thing you can do for your strength, meaning, and long-term satisfaction, and what Nietzsche thought was worth serving instead. Because maybe happiness is not a goal, but a side effect. And maybe the parts of your life that hurt the most are not proof of failure, but signals trying to point you toward something more important than feeling good, if you're willing to listen. That question is where this journey really begins for you. There's a whole mood we've all absorbed without voting on it. Good vibes only. Be your best self. Stay grateful. Protect your peace. Scroll for a minute and it's everywhere. Smiling faces, gym mirrors, sunsets from cheap flights, soft captions about healing and abundance. The message is gentle but relentless. Happy people look like this, and they live like this all the time. Happiness stopped being a private feeling and became a performance. You're not only supposed to feel good, you're supposed to document it. If you don't post, did the joy even count? So when you're not actually happy, you run into a problem. You either fake it for the camera, or you disappear and stew in the quiet shame of not having a life worth showing. Underneath the glitter, there's a cruel equation. If you're anxious, sad, or lost, the story goes, you must not be doing enough. Not reading enough self-help. Not meditating enough. Not grinding hard enough. Not healing fast enough. Your pain becomes evidence in a case against you. Everyone else is figuring it out, so what's wrong with you? Nietzsche had a haunting picture for this kind of culture. He called it the world of the last men. People whose highest dream is comfort, security, and small pleasures. No great risks, no deep suffering, no wild, terrifying goals. Just a safe job, mild entertainment, and the absence of anything too intense. They blink and say, "We have invented happiness," like they've solved life by making it as soft as possible. In that world, the highest compliment is to be called chill, unbothered, drama-free, always fine. But think about what has to die in you to be permanently unbothered. Curiosity shrinks, courage backs away, deep love becomes dangerous. You trade the sharp edges of a real existence for bubble wrap. You survive, but truly barely. But a life built around feeling good at all costs slowly makes you weaker. If your main aim is staying comfortable, you'll avoid anything that threatens your mood. You shy away from hard conversations, ambitious projects, and honest self-confrontation. You pick careers, relationships, and routines that don't demand much of you. Your days become padded, pleasant enough, but strangely empty. Then the paradox kicks in. The more you chase happiness directly, the more fragile you become. Any setback, conflict, or sharp emotion feels like a personal failure. A bad week becomes a crisis. A breakup becomes proof you're unlovable. A bout of anxiety becomes evidence that all your work on yourself didn't work. You start guarding your happiness like a terrified security guard, jumping at every noise. Nietzsche's deeper critique cuts against this entire mindset. He didn't see unhappiness as proof that something is wrong with you. He saw suffering and inner conflict as built into any life that actually means something. If you care about truth, growth, and real creation, you will not be happy in the simple, glossy sense for long stretches of time. So the question isn't, how do I finally stay happy? It's, what kind of life is so worth living that it makes the inevitable unhappiness bearable? Maybe even meaningful? To answer that, we have to talk about Nietzsche's disturbing claim that the very pain you're trying to eliminate might be the raw material of your strength. There is a simple pattern hiding in almost everything you care about. Building a body that can actually do things hurts. Muscles ache, lungs burn, your limits get exposed. Building real skills comes with humiliation, boredom, and endless small failures. Deep relationships, the ones that really matter, aren't just soft moments. They involve arguments, misunderstandings, and the risk of losing someone you can't replace. Anything that becomes meaningful in your life quietly demands a payment in discomfort. Nietzsche leaned straight into that reality instead of trying to escape it. He admired people who didn't run from difficulty, but took it on and shaped themselves through it. For him, the point of life wasn't to be comfortable. It was to become powerful, to become someone whose character has weight, whose inner world can withstand storms, whose yes and no mean something. He saw struggle not as an unfortunate side effect, but as the forge in which a self is created. In that view, suffering stops being just a glitch. It becomes raw material. Your failures, heartbreaks, rejections, and disappointments are all pieces of experience that can, if you stay with them, turn into wisdom, resilience, and self-knowledge. They teach you what matters, what you can survive, what you're made of. But if you're obsessed with being happy, you treat all of that as garbage. It feels bad, so you try to throw it away as quickly as possible, distracting yourself before anything can be learned. When happiness is the main goal, pain becomes the enemy instead of the teacher. You avoid big ambitions because they risk public failure. You steer away from deep love because it guarantees deep heartbreak if it ends. You refuse honest self-confrontation because it might reveal things you'd rather not know. You stick to paths that are praised, not paths that call you. You become careful, pleasant, hollow, safe on paper, empty in private. If you look at the people you secretly admire, you already know this. The heroes, Artists, founders, and thinkers who move you did not live smooth lives. They went through rejection, breakdowns, illness, poverty, shame. You don't respect them because they mastered the art of staying happy. You respect them because they took pain that could have broken them and used it to carve out something that wouldn't exist otherwise. There is a strange relief in this, if you let it in. Nietzsche would say that if you are fighting, hurting, and pushing forward, you are not failing. You are in the arena. You are exposing yourself to the blows that come with wanting more than comfort. The dull, easy contentment you sometimes envy in others may not be strength at all, but a kind of spiritual retirement, a decision to stop playing the game of becoming and call that surrender peace. Which leaves a harder question hanging in the air. If chasing happiness makes you fragile and small, what exactly is this thing you've been taught to worship? Is it even real, or just a feeling sold to you as the highest good because it keeps you obedient and easy to manage? To answer that, we have to look directly at what most people call happiness, and what Nietzsche thought should stand above it, even if it costs you the smooth life you were promised. There are really two different things hiding under the same word, happiness. One is surface happiness, feeling good, relaxed, entertained, comfortable, unbothered for a while. The other is something harder to name, a deeper aliveness, when you are fully engaged, challenged, stretched, so present that you forget to ask, "Am I happy right now?" Our culture sells you the first and calls it the goal. But if you listen to your own life, it keeps pointing you toward the second. Think about the times you have felt most awake in your own skin. Maybe it was when you were locked in deep focus on a project that actually mattered to you, hours disappearing. Maybe it was after a brutal workout, when your body hurt but your mind was strangely clear. Maybe it was in a raw conversation where the truth finally came out, even though it shook a relationship. Those moments weren't always pleasant. They were something else, meaningful. Nietzsche's word for the force underneath that kind of life was power, but not the cartoon version. He didn't mean domination over others. He meant the power to carry your own existence, to bear the weight of who you are and what you want without collapsing or lying to yourself. He cared less about how do you feel right now, and more about who are you becoming through the choices you make. When you chase happiness as a feeling, you start aiming at the wrong target. You might lie to yourself about your situation because the truth would hurt too much. You numb yourself with endless entertainment, scrolling, comfort food. It's fine, routines that keep your days soft but directionless. You stay in relationships, jobs, and habits that are mediocre but familiar because they feel okay, and risking a change would disturb your fragile peace. Living for truth instead of comfort puts you on a different path. It means you're willing to see your loneliness instead of covering it with noise. You're willing to admit when your work is killing your spirit, when a relationship is dead, when your values don't match the life you're living. Nietzsche would say it is better to stand in an uncomfortable truth than curl up inside a comfortable lie. One slowly destroys you. The other can hurt like surgery, but it makes healing possible. So maybe the problem isn't that you've failed at happiness. Maybe you've simply been aiming too low. Instead of asking, "Will this make me happy?" you could ask, "Will this make me stronger? Will this make my life more mine, less borrowed from other people's expectations? Will this increase the depth and intensity of my existence, even if it's not pleasant every day?" Those are heavier questions, but they point you toward a different kind of life. If happiness is too small a god to worship, something else has to take its place. Nietzsche thought there was a replacement goal, not soft comfort, but a fiercer kind of flourishing that can include pain without being broken by it. To see what that actually looks like in practice, we need to sketch the shape of a life that doesn't chase feelings, but uses them as signals on a much more demanding path. That path is harder, but it finally feels like living fully. The alternative to chasing happiness isn't to become cold or joyless, it's to change what you call a good life. A good day is not, I felt happy the whole time, but I grew, even a little. Maybe you learned one hard thing instead of numbing out. Maybe you pushed one rep past your comfort, or had one honest conversation you were afraid of. On this path, even small steps count, because the target isn't comfort anymore, it's expansion. Start shifting from consuming to creating. Most people spend their free time absorbing other people's work, opinions, and fantasies. You can begin, quietly, to move in the opposite direction. Write something, code something, design, lift, practice a craft, build a small project no one asked you to make. Nietzsche admired the creators, the ones who left something behind, even if it was just a different way of thinking, not the spectators endlessly clapping or booing from the stands. Then, trade the chase for approval for the pursuit of strength. Instead of asking, will they like me if I do this? Ask, will I respect myself if I do this, or if I don't? Strength in everyday life often looks simple and unglamorous. Setting a boundary when it would be easier to stay silent, telling the truth when a lie would make you more likable, staying with a difficult task or conversation instead of escaping into your phone. Each time you choose respect over approval, something in you hardens in a good way. Zoom out further. Imagine yourself at 60 or 70, looking back. Would you really be proud of a life built around staying comfortable and happy enough, never risking much, never stretching? Or would you rather remember a life that included mistakes, failures, intensity, and real attempts at things that mattered to you, even when they cost you nights of sleep and periods of doubt? Nietzsche would say, choose the life your older self would admire, not the mood your current self finds easiest. This doesn't mean happiness disappears. Moments of joy, peace, and quiet contentment will still come, often more real because you didn't force them. You treat them as gifts, not gods, as weather passing through a climate of purpose you chose on deeper terms. You show up for your life. Let the feelings rise and fall, and keep moving toward growth, creation, and strength either way. Once happiness stops being your main mission, pain loses some of its power over you too. It becomes information, not a verdict. Discomfort starts to mean you're on a live edge, not that you've done everything wrong. From there, you can walk through the world differently, calmer, tougher, and, in a strange way, more fulfilled than if you had spent your entire life trying to feel good. Because now the question underneath each day isn't, was I happy? But did I live as the kind of person I'm trying to become? And that question can carry you through moods instead of collapsing under them. There is a quiet freedom that appears when you stop grading yourself on happiness every day. Bad moods, hours, heavy mornings still come, but they no longer automatically mean you are failing at life. You start judging your days less by, did I feel good? And more by, did I show up? Did I act honestly? Did I move, even a little, in the direction I chose? Suddenly a hard day can still be a good day because you were true inside it, and you did not abandon yourself. Pain begins to change shape. Instead of thinking, I'm unhappy, something is wrong with me, you start to ask, I'm unhappy? What needs to be faced, strengthened, or changed? Sadness points to what matters. Anxiety points to where you feel exposed or unprepared. Frustration points to a boundary or standard that isn't being respected. Loneliness points to the gap between the connection you pretend to accept and the depth you actually want. Pain doesn't stop hurting, but it stops condemning you. It becomes part of the map. The emotional landscape shifts. You still feel sadness, anxiety, boredom, but woven through them is something new. A quieter pride, a growing respect for your own path, moments of deep satisfaction that aren't loud or flashy, just solid. You can look at yourself and think, I didn't hide today, even if today was not pleasant or cinematic. You also stop trying to negotiate with life. You are no longer secretly saying, I'll live fully once I'm guaranteed happiness. You understand that no such guarantee exists. So you begin to live fully now, accepting that risk, rejection, and disappointment are built into the contract of caring about anything real, anyone real, including yourself. Nietzsche's challenge lands more clearly. The worst thing you can do is not failing to be happy. It is refusing to become who you could be because you were too busy chasing a feeling. A life aimed at strength, truth, and creation will hurt at times, sometimes deeply, but at least the pain belongs to a story you can respect. Tonight, you can retire from the religion of happiness and try a different question tomorrow. What would I do today if I stopped obsessing over how happy it will make me and focused on who it will help me become? The deeper Nietzschean work, Eternal Return, Creating Values, Loving Your Fate, can wait for another night.